Hi guys, my name is One Pete Ivanotai, and you can call me Pete also for short. I'm from Hoffman Estates, Illinois, which is near Chicago, and I am a TCCS volunteer, Teacher Collaboration Community Service, and Group 127. And my site is at Tawangpaa, Thailand, which is about 12 hours north of Bangkok, like 6 hours east of Chiang Mai, so that's all the way up north by the Lao border. So I am a Thai American. My parents are both from Thailand. My mom is from Bangkok, and my father is from Trang, which is in the southern provinces. Um, but I was born in America, and I lived there all my life, so yeah, Thai American. Um, so the reasons I wanted to join Peace Corps, I think it was a culmination of things. Part of it was I wanted to do some kind of service. So ever since I was young, I kind of wanted to do the military, but that didn't pan out. And so later on, when I looked into options after college, I saw Peace Corps, and it also afforded me the option to work in Thailand. And I thought, what a great opportunity to work between both my ancestral home and the place where I grew up and my parents raised me, which is America. So this was an opportunity for me to work or give service back to both countries. And also, I always wanted to work internationally. So this was just uh, a great chance for bringing all of that together. It's really hard to pick one highlight of my service. I feel like there's so many just wonderful moments throughout it. But I mean, one of my favorite memories I would have to say is towards the end of my service. Um, I was I was coming to terms, and also the students and teachers were coming to terms with the fact that my service was ending, and I would soon be moving on and from my site. And I remember having just talking casually with some of my, I think, fifth graders at my school, just talking about what I was going to do and um, talking about them and how they should, continue like working hard with English and all that. And this was like I think a month or two before my service ended. And I remember one of the kids asked me about Chicago. And so I told them a little bit of like, how's the Windy City and all that. And they said, uh, he said, um, I'll see you in Chicago then, in English. I will see you in Chicago. And I go, eh? And I asked him, like, what are you going to, you have to learn a lot of English to be able to go to the States and, get that opportunity. And he's like, I know. And like, dead serious, looked me in the eye and says, I know, but but this isn't Thai now. I want to see you in Chicago. So, I don't know, that kind of moment is just seeing just a kid that, I watched for 2 years just grow and kind of, declaring how he's willing to put himself out of his comfort zone and reach for something. Uh, that was just a great moment for me as a teacher and also a person. So being a Thai American and serving in Thailand has really affected the course of my service, especially in comparison to other volunteers. Um, there's something very unique uh, and I guess special working here for that I feel like just like because I feel like for me personally there's those ancestral ties to this country, and I guess that also adds another layer of meaning to what I do here. Um, but also that can also add some pressure. Um, how I interact with people around me and how they interact with me, it's also very different. for the most part, the Thai people here would treat me as another Thai until they find out that, oh, I'm actually American. But then there's this kind of usually there's this kind of confusion where wait, you can't be American and Thai. You're Thai, aren't you? Or you're half Thai, half American. I'm like, no, my parents are both Thai, and I'm ethnically all completely Thai, but I was born in America, so I'm also American too. And so that kind of raises the kind of interesting bit of discussion on race and nationality and diversity and what it means to be American, and which is great. And it helps like when I'm walking around in markets and people aren't hassling me, and I get Thai prices for everything. And for language, I came into Thailand with a pretty strong Thai already. So when coming here, and PST it had its own challenges, but it was, I would say, probably easier than most volunteers. But it also has its downsides. I'm sometimes called as, kind of a joking way. Sometimes I'm not sure if it is or not. Oh, you're not a real Thai. You're a fake American, or you're a fake Thai, or you're just a half Thai because your parents are both like one of your parents must be American for you to know English, and it's like like that's just gotta let that roll off your shoulder. I can't turn off my Thai-ness either. I look at this. I blend in. I look Thai, and so some situations I have to be aware of when I'm working in schools or with people in the social hierarchy in Thailand who are technically above me, such as like principals and government officials. Sometimes it's a little confusion, maybe on both sides, like me and the other side, include other side too, on how where I fall in that social hierarchy. Do they treat me like an American, or do they treat me like a Thai, or where I have to be more, where I have to follow local customs and cultural norms? And usually that's what happens. Like there's kind of this expectation that since I'm also Thai, I should follow these local norms. Whereas other volunteers may not have that same expectation. There's always this confusion too when like my Thai isn't perfect. I have an accent. I have some language, mishaps every now and then. And so when I mess up, it's different from like when another volunteer messes up, and like Thais would be like, oh, that's like this cute, foreigners being cute and like speaking Thai. That's fine. They'll help them out. But for me, they're very confused. They're just like, yo, like what province are you from, man? Like, are you drunk? Like, what accent is that? So I get a little bit of that too. Work, there's this, like I said, social hierarchy and all that. That's probably one of the biggest obstacles working here because I'm also Thai. And also hanging with other Thai youth, because sometimes I don't want to be in a situation that might be dangerous, and other parties might not realize that I'm not another Thai youth. I'm actually an American volunteer here. So I have to be careful when like going out at night with like other young Thai men, or just like that kind of stuff. I would say my service has impacted the way I viewed myself. I've had a lot of internal discussion. Like, am I more American than Thai, or am I more Thai than American? Because there's a lot of things that I've noticed, like habits that I had in America, that I thought it was just like a me kind of thing. But then I came to Thailand and I noticed like, no, this is a Thai thing. And I just like picked that up, I guess, from my family, or just, I don't know, but I picked that up at some point. And so when I see it in Thailand, it's like, okay, like that makes sense to me now. But on the other hand, being raised in America and all that, I picked up some like my own habits, own way of thinking there, and so there's kind of that contrast that there's a little bit of clash going on sometimes, with the way like I might handle situations compared to like a local Thai counterpart handle a situation. So, but I think I'm Thai American, and I don't think one side has to be more than the other. I don't have, I yeah, I don't know, but just made me, I guess, more aware of things about me. So, in regards to approaching challenges at site, I think what helped me the most was the relationships I had with the people at my site. Um, so, being Thai American really helped with integration, and so I focused heavily on that from the very beginning. My One of my co-teachers, she had a furniture store, and I used to go around with her husband and just like help move furniture. I got to know people in the community, and I got closer to her husband, and that turned out to help a lot later on when it came to challenges of transportation or just getting to know the people in the community and all that. Um, and I also had to learn how to pick and choose my battles because not every fight is always worth the, I guess, energy and resources to fight. Sometimes I have to pick and choose. All right, if I really push for this initiative or camp or project for this term, how will it affect the relationships I have with the people in the school? How will it affect the resources I have in terms of money and time? And so I always had to kind of just weigh uh, weigh the options a little bit before tackling every challenge. And sometimes I just have to learn to let it go. Sometimes it doesn't go as planned, and shoot for the next one. But just keep working hard, and something good would happen. Um, but at the cornerstone of all that has been the relationships with the people around me, and they've been the one who've really helped me gather the resources and the people I needed to tackle the projects I had at site. Coping strategies, positive coping strategies. So I work out a lot, and my site, specifically my village, is this beautiful little mountain village. And so I used to, for my first year, run around a lot, and it also helped with integration, just saying hi to everyone, and when I passed them by, and that was my first year. And the second year, I was fortunate to have a gym open up in the town, about 45-minute bike ride down the mountain. And so I used to go to the gym whenever I was available during the weekends. And so there was that. And I made some friends with at the cafes, and I would see them every now and then. And if I'm at home, I would read, or sometimes watch a movie or play a video game, something to keep the mind off. My fridge, I would just have a beer or two every now and then, just relax at site after a long day's work. So yeah, and it definitely helps. My host mom is a wonderful cook, and so when she made a feast, and so I just love to eat at site too. So that definitely, all those things made it pretty okay whenever I had a rough day. I think one that really resonates with me is when you're a volunteer, don't be afraid to leave sight. And because sometimes we all need a break and we all need to see people. And for me, that helped a lot sometimes when I just took a break from sight, took a breather, and came back refreshed. Because, you know, your country of service, it's a big country. And you don't want to be a year and a half in and then suddenly realize, wow, I wished I saw much more of this country than I have. And I'm not saying leave sight like every weekend. It's maybe not the best. That wouldn't be the best thing to do. But um, yeah, just make trips, see, like, just really experience the breadth of the culture and like the grand scheme of the country that you're in, and it'll give you, I guess, a sense of greater appreciation of where you are at, and maybe even a greater understanding. Um, and everyone needs a break, and sometimes we just need a little stress out. So get outside sometimes, and you know, make some you time. I wish I devoted more time to practicing writing Thai because this would have been a good place to do it. But I think I kind of just coasted with my language in terms of speaking and reading ability. That I never really practiced writing that much, and also um, that those iPhone apps with you can speak into it and it writes for you. That cheating kind of helps too. So like, yeah, I wish I kind of developed my writing skills more than I have. So I'm reading this book, Extremely Loud and Extremely Close by Jonathan Safran Foer, and it's basically a post 9/11 book about this kid who finds his key. It's like a mystery. He finds a key. His father left him a message before he died in the towers, and he kind of goes on this quest to find out what it unlocks. And yeah, like a third in, but it's interesting. Yeah. So that is it. Um, Thanks for listening, and good luck to all future and current volunteers. Um, you guys are doing America and everyone else proud. So take care, guys.
Have you eaten yet?